Hello and welcome to this episode of Puck Drop. As today we are going to review 2 weeks. A lot happened, so we had to skip the weekly review slash previews. We're going to review 2 weeks, and then we're going to preview you of the upcoming week of the Devils' schedule. Now, let's first lay the groundwork here. We're not doing quite well.
No.
1, 5, and 2 over our past 8 games.
And I believe we've lost like 9 of 11.
But the one win was against the Sabres, the worst team in the NHL, on the road, which oddly we have a pretty good road record, even though our home record is just the worst.
By the way, a little off topic here, but Jordan has a little computer issue, so I'm going to apologize for him. He sounds like he's calling into Sirius XM at like 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, yeah. You already know it. Computer not connecting to Wi-Fi, meaning I'm on the crappy family computer.
Hey, Jordan, you're on Z100 this morning.
Let's hear it for the, wait, what is this? Let's hear it for the Yoga brand computer.
All right, now back.
Wait, it has an short processor that makes it okay.
Jordan, there's only one thing worse than your audio, and it's actually 2 things: the Sabres and the Devils.
Yes, and the Ducks, and
3.
That's it. So let's start with just a brief overview of 2 weeks ago. We chose not to do episodes for a few reasons. One, we were all pretty busy, didn't really have the time to, and we decided it wasn't worth to try to find the time because the Devils didn't win.
I think we fixed your audio. Say hello.
Hello. Can people hear me now? Do I sound like a person?
Yeah. Now we can talk. Yes, now we can talk to somebody who doesn't sound like, they're talking through a coffin. Anyway, yes. Continue.
All right. So, the 2 weeks ago, the Devils went 0-1-2. So I think our predictions, I predicted 0-2-1. So I guess I was the most right because I think you guys both predicted at least a win. But they still didn't win. And then obviously this past week, they go. By the way, this is counting Wednesday night's game against the Rangers as this past week. The Devils go 1-4, losing to 1-4, losing to the Sabres, which is embarrassing. They lost 4 times this year to the Sabres.
They would lose to the Binghamton Devils.
I don't think that's true because
the Binghamton they're pretty garbage. And also,
of course they are. They're affiliated with the Devils.
Just to correct Jacob here, when he said Wednesday night's game against the Rangers, he meant Tuesday. We're filming on a Tuesday.
Oh yeah, that's my bad.
All good.
So we lost to the Sabres. We beat the Sabres in Buffalo then 6-3, which was the first time we had won a game by more than a goal since February 16th.
Woo, played that.
We played that game on April 8th, and that was the first time we scored more than 5 goals in the game all season.
Clap it up. They get a gold star. They get a sticker with a gold star that says "Good job."
You know what's kind of sad? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so frustrated with this team right now because honestly, what really blew it for me was I was like, yeah, this team's young, but they just traded away all their veterans that make this team, go check out our last episode for context, but I'm like a piece of this team has been ripped away from me. So I'm losing a lot of faith in this team.
So
I want to
I just want to say, they're not playing bad, right? It's not like they're losing horribly. I don't think they've lost. Now that I say this, they're going to lose by a bunch. They're going to get blown out every single game
probably
this week. But they lost 1 game by 5 goals against the Rangers. Besides that, I don't think they've lost a game by more than 3 goals all year, which sounds bad, but for the Devils, you take what you get.
I mean, I'm not expecting them to be great, but they are pretty frustrating to watch. Like, oh my God, they're almost unwatchable. And I want to point
it's because
out,
they can't score. Like you
Mike,
look at all these stats that measure shot, like scoring chances, like Corsi and expected goals. There's after tonight's game against the Rangers, they're sixth in the entire NHL in Corsi percentage and 11th in expected goals percentage. They're getting the chances. They're just getting snubbed. They're just getting snubbed, and a lot of their guys are getting honestly really unlucky. I'm going to give an example from tonight's game against the Rangers. Sharon Govich late in the game. There was a scrum in front. Smith got a shot through. There was a scrum in front of the net. Sharon Govich had an open net, and the puck just happened to barely skim the skate of Jacob Trouba, who didn't even realize the puck hit him.
yeah.
It looked like that's stopping the Devils from doing better than they are. And I guess there is a saying in hockey, the lucky team or the better teams get the better luck, but clearly not, because you look at how the Devils, how many chances they are getting, and they're just not getting lucky. So
let me say this. This frustrates me the most. People have been saying this for so long, but I don't want to spoil. I don't think we've went over this yet, but that might just be my, very tired memory. But in the game on Saturday, no, not on Saturday, the game on Sunday night, and this has been happening for so long, they don't score on they don't even shoot on the power play. It's like they're playing a game of possession. How long can we keep the puck from hitting the other team's stick? How long can we do that for? Let's see. No, shoot. They don't do that.
I'm okay with them doing that if they're
I'm not.
If they're up by like a goal or two, I'm okay with them doing that and just killing time rather than shooting and having the chance of them to take the puck and go on a breakaway. I'd rather them have possession in the offensive zone. But that's not the case. When you're down by 2 or 3 goals in the third period and you're on the power play, shoot the puck. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, they don't shoot.
Saved, and then there's a chance on the rebound.
Jacob, they were down by a goal. I remember this very clear. They were down by a goal. They're on the power play. They had so many opportunities where, yes, they weren't wide open, but you're never going to be wide open. The team is, shorthanded, and they're trying to hold on to one goal lead. They're never going to leave you wide open, but they were just looking for that wide open player, and it's just never going to happen. It's just never. It's like you have a better chance of seeing a third-party candidate win the presidency than the Devils scoring on the power play. It's ridiculous. They don't
shorthanded. The Devils, in recent years, the Devils have had a really good penalty kill and have been scored a lot shorthanded. They've led the league in shorthanded goals and at least been top 5, I think, besides for this season. Before this season, I think they've been top 5 in shorthanded goals like 4 of the previous 5 years. This year, they have one single shorthanded goal, and guess who it's from?
Miles Wood?
Nope, Kyle Palmieri.
Of course it is. This team has gotten rid of their soul. It's ridiculous.
And also, I just want to point something out on the power play. First of all, I'd be fine with it if they generated high quality chances, and that which they don't. They don't generate anything, and that leads into my other tangent. They generate chances, but clearly they're not high quality because they don't score. And Jacob and I were hanging out earlier today, and this is purely anecdotal, but we were just making fun of the different Devil shots. PK Subban, you always see.
Yeah. I put my stick all the way up to here and took a shot and missed.
Yeah, that's the Subban because he always misses high or wide after the slap shot. Jack Hughes always does a nice handsy move and then roof it above the net.
So I will say, Hughes might be the most unlucky player in the entire NHL. He probably, I don't know for sure, but he's probably at least top 3 in hit posts this season. And so if you don't follow Todd Cordell on Twitter, go ahead and give him a follow. He makes some really fantastic posts with interesting information. But after every Devils game, he posts shot contributions. for the forwards and the defense. Hughes, night in and night out, leads the team by a significant margin in shot contributions. And shot contributions is shot attempts plus shot assists. And like tonight, Hughes had 10, didn't get a point. Sunday, he had 12, didn't get a point. There was one game, he had 18.
Of course.
18
Of course.
shot contributions, and he did not get a single point. People are saying, "Oh, Hughes is not a really great first overall pick." He's been fantastic this season, but people that don't watch the Devils wouldn't know that because he's just so unlucky. Anyway,
it's insane.
And I just want to characterize that luck. There's a stat called PDO that is, I'm not going to go into it, but it basically determines how lucky someone is, where 100 is the average. And first of all, last season in 2019-20, he had a 95.9 PDO. So he got really unlucky there. But this season he has a 98.8, which is not that great, not too great. It's not terrible like a 95.9, but not too great.
And you can't look at you can't even say like last year, oh well, he's not strong on the wall, he's not winning board battles, he's not getting the puck in the corners. He's doing that stuff this year. He's doing everything right. Besides for there are some shifts where he'll stay on the ice for a bit too long. But he's doing everything right. He's just getting so ridiculously unlucky. Like it's honestly becoming a joke at this point. Anyway, let's move on to player of the week. I would like to go first. Jesper Bratt. That's all. He's just been fantastic. He's a guy that has not been getting unlucky and is also just insanely skillful. I love Bratt.
I'm going to give it to Paul Mary too.
Will be for years. I love Bratt.
Yeah. Did you say Paul Mary too? You didn't give it to Paul Mary.
Sorry, Paul. I was just thinking about Kyle. Sorry. I'm going to give it to Miles Wood too.
Oh, you're always thinking about Kyle.
I said Jesper Bratt.
What did I say?
You said Miles Wood.
Okay. I'm trying to agree with you, but I can't process the wording because of my mixed frustration. So I'm going to try and say this correctly. We're talking about Jesper Bratt.
No, actually, we're talking about Jesper Vukovic.
Yes.
Okay, now stop confusing me. I'm mixing up my names tonight, okay? I'm tired. I'm tired and frustrated.
Brian, it's Jesper Bratt we're talking about.
Okay, Jesper Bratt. I'm going to agree with you. It's Jesper Bratt because he forechecks, and of course, why would he shoot? Nobody shoots except for like a couple of young lucky guys, but he forechecks. He's a fast skater and he showed life. And I don't know how much more life you can show as a Devils player anymore. This team is like a rotting corpse right now. They really do need to, I don't know, find some leadership to guide these young players, but they basically got rid of it. So I'm gonna have to give it to Bratt.
Okay.
Yep, Jesper Bratt hold on 1 second, Jordan. Jesper Bratt in these 5 games this week, goal and 4 assists for 5 points. So I am not complaining. I'm not complaining at all about Jesper Bratt. He's been the one bright spots. And the Devils have lost a lot recently. He's been one of the bright spots. In my opinion, I think I'll say Jack Hughes has been the Devils' best forward. He's been getting the most unlucky.
Yeah.
Jesper Bratt is probably their second best forward, I'll say, this year.
Yeah, and I'd like to say Subban is probably, I'm not going to lie to you, I think Subban might be the best defenseman right now. I hate his attitude, and I know...
get out of here,
Damon Severson.
Hands down.
All right, fine. Listen, I'm trying to praise Subban, I never do this. Second best defenseman, all right? He doesn't finish. No.
I'll agree with that. He's...
Okay, all right, okay. Can I finish my sentence, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Apologies. Of course, I totally forgot about Damon Severson, which I'm forgetting about everybody on this team because who do they have left? But PK Subban has been fantastic. Of course, he can't finish, but he's the defender. That's fine. I'm really happy with the way he's been stepping up. He's really, how many experienced veterans does this team have left? And he happens to be doing that, and he happens to be playing well. And although I hate his attitude, respect for him. So he's my runner-up player of the week.
So he did score that beautiful goal on Sunday night when
yes, but he also skied like 6 others.
Yeah, so I will say I think he's probably been our second best defenseman. He's our second best defenseman on the team right now because we traded Dmitry Kulikov.
Correct.
Which Jordan, who did you say your player of the week? Because I feel like that's a good transition.
No, I haven't.
All right, say it. Then I want to move on to talk
Yeah.
about the trades.
Right, just before I say my player of the week, I just like to point out how pessimistic Ryan is being about this team. Like, okay,
What do you want me to do?
They're bad, but also like this isn't really unexpected out of this kind of team.
All right, you want to talk about unexpected?
Okay. I'll put this matter to bed right now. I wouldn't compare them to a rotting corpse. I'd compare them to a zombie because they are terrible and dead, but also coming to life next season, hopefully.
All right, listen. Now let me defend myself. I understand why you think I'm being pessimistic here, but my pessimism isn't really coming from how bad this team is. It's coming from the fact that not only are we bad, but we just traded away our veterans and it's not paying off. So I don't know what they think.
Ryan, you can't expect immediate payoff from trading your veterans for a first-round pick.
I'm not expecting payoff, and that's not what we're getting.
Well,
what?
speaking of trades,
okay, my player of the week is Jesper Bratt. Jesus. Okay, finally. Yeah, I just did. Jesper Bratt.
That's because we keep branching off. Everything has to do with it.
Okay. So we all agree it's Jesper Bratt.
Yep, definitely.
Now let's move on to the trade deadline. And I actually really like what the Devils did. Not only first of all, they did for the first time in a few years, they did not sell off everyone. They actually kept Ryan Murray, which I was surprised about because especially after acquiring Jonas Siegenthaler, which again, that's another thing they did. Instead of just selling off assets for picks, they actually used the mid-round pick to acquire a young a defenseman who was of a team. He's like a big physical defensive defenseman. They used the mid-round pick to acquire a young physical defensive defenseman. So, I really can't complain about this deadline. Again, we talked about the impact of the Palmieri and Zajac trade in our last episode. So go check that out if you want to hear.
Still haven't gotten over it.
Our opinions about that. But I really like the Siegenthaler pickup. I thought him and Butcher actually played pretty well tonight together. Oddly, which Butcher has not been fantastic this season. Even though the one complaint had about them, they had one shift where the Panarin was wide open on the wide open, but there were 3 sticks in a lane, and somehow the pass went through all of them, just like always. But anyway, yeah, I thought that defensive pair was great. I like the Siegenthaler pickup. I think we could have gotten more for Kulikov though. Kulikov, we got a conditional 4th-round pick, becomes a third if the Oilers win a playoff round. Kulikov was our second best defenseman this year, best defensive defenseman this season. I think he was great. I think we should have gotten a little more of him. I think we should have gotten a conditional 3rd-round pick. That would have been a little more fair, but I'm not complaining about it. It's not like we got, a 5th-round pick that will become, a 4th if the Oilers make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's a 4th that becomes a 3rd if they win one single playoff round, which I don't think is the most unlikely thing in the world.
Can I just say one thing? As much as we care about the trade deadline, there's something I'm very sad about, and probably most people who don't even go to games don't even care, but rip Kevin Clark.
Oh my God. And
yeah, I know.
Oh my God. I was
guy,
so sad.
No
Now
offense.
hear his voice at the game on Sunday.
Yeah, me and Ryan went to the Devils game last Sunday against the Penguins. No offense to the new guy. He was fine, but he is no Kevin Clark.
Kevin Clark is iconic. And
Devils go by number 13. Nico Ishier.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know much about Kevin Clark. The only thing I know is that his name is Kevin Clark and he's got the coolest voice ever. But how long has he been with the Devils for?
Like since they came to Prudential Center.
Okay, so that's been a decent amount of time.
13 years, I think.
And he's pursuing a different career path, whatever it is. But that's just an example of what this team is losing. They're losing veterans on and off the ice too. Literally, it's kind of sad. Soon enough, the dancing what's it called? The
Dancing
Earl.
Earl.
Yes,
No, don't give him Dancing Earl.
Yeah, soon enough, Dancing Earl's going to decide to quit. You know, he's just going to leave and be like, I want to pursue a different career path. We're losing all the veterans.
Anyway.
Yeah, but quickly, I just want to make one last point on Ryan Murray. I think the Devils actually did want to trade him, but they ended up not doing it because general managers are smart and they saw how bad his analytics were.
Vatanen was claimed on waivers, and he was worse than Murray.
Yeah, but he was on waivers. Ryan Murray would have had to been traded.
I think GMs would want Ryan Murray. I just think the Devils didn't want to trade him.
I mean, why? He's been pretty garbage.
But because they need to keep some veteran presence on the team. Their only veterans can't be right now. But if Murray wasn't on the team, their only veterans would be Subban, Severson, and maybe Miles Wood. Like,
no, not Miles Wood.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something as Jordan. Maybe he's technically considered a veteran, but I don't see him as a veteran. I don't see enough experience in him yet. I don't see enough leadership qualities in him yet. I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't see enough not running into the net.
Anyway, let's.
That is a fair point, Jordan. I can't argue with that.
Let's move on. The Devils have 3 games this week, not counting the one they just played tonight. Play the Rangers in all 3 games. They play them in Madison Square Garden Thursday and Saturday, and back at MSG on Sunday. The 2 weekend games are afternoon games. 12:30 p.m. start on Saturday, 3 p.m. start on Sunday. So, I mean, I have a weird feeling they're gonna get swept in this series. So I'm gonna go.
Right,
I'm gonna go 0-2-1 this week. I'm
gonna say I had that same feeling. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the Devils are actually garbage. But I'm gonna say 0-3. I don't trust them at all. Ryan, you seem to be good at predicting these kinds of things. Can you make a good prediction?
I'm a natural. I can't lie, and well, my natural instincts are telling me.
No, please predict something good so that they can do something.
Yeah.
All right. That's a genuine request. It's a genuine request. I'm gonna give them a win. 1 and 2. We're gonna pick up not 1 but 2 points this week. Don't know how we're gonna do it. Don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna find it because I predicted it and I've been right a lot. So yeah. I'm telling you this right now. This is my genuine opinion on this Devils team. There were some guys I used to like on the team, which saved me from really throwing this team overboard, but I don't know. I just don't know. There's nothing really keeping me from saying that this team can turn it around. I don't know.
They're not going to turn it around this year.
Yeah. Maybe not even next year. Who's going to lead them?
There's no leadership.
Yeah, they need to have the biggest offseason in NHL history, which they've had some pretty strong offseasons that have turned out to not pay off. So the confidence is there. Anyway, is that all we have for today?
Just one last point.
I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap this up. Point. Just like the Sabres and Bruins decided not to wrap up their game tonight.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what happened?
What? Wait, what?
What?
I'm confused.
2-2.
I'm confused. What happened?
On the NHL app, it's listed as final 2-2 in overtime.
I'm confused.
So, wait, does that mean they're going into a shoot? What?
I don't know.
What?
Anyway, let's wrap this up. Can I do the outro?
All right. You know what? No. It's let's
let Jordan do it last time.
Hold on, no. Let's try something new. Why don't we do me and you both switch off each word? Let's try this. Come on, let's have a little bit of fun. All right, I'll start. Guys.
Please.
No, restart. All right, I'll start. Thank
you
for. No, Jordan, you're not in this. Thank
you
for
watching
today's
episode.
Follow
us
on
Instagram. Puck underscore
At-
dropped at LHS that source. That's right, Puck underscore dropped at LHS that source.
That's no, whoa, you no.
Oh my God, let's wrap it up. Thanks so much for
Okay,
watching.
all
Guys,
right.
remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember to subscribe, comment down below what you think of our predictions. Guys, follow us on Instagram. Puck underscore shows at LHS that source. That's right, Puck underscore dropped at LHS that source. Follow us on Twitter at LHS Puck Drop. Thank you. Goodbye.
Jordan, we need you on the. You can never leave this show. You keep us from going overboard.
Good night.
Yes. Good night.